them boys out to let Arch run the rock. No.
Hey, what's good? What's going on? Y'all know what it is. It's my man, Trey. It's your man, Trey, the fam, Bishop, and CC. And y'all know what it is. First Formation Football Manifest coming to y'all early this Sunday morning. I know some of y'all already up checking out the Miami versus Washington game. As we was just talking about, sorry to cut you off, CC, but it was some good content that was just going on that they was just engaging about. So we basically finna get back into that in a few seconds when it comes to the CFP. Bishop, CC, what's good with y'all this morning, bro?
WGO, WGO, WGO. What's going on? How y'all living? What's up with y'all, man? It's your boy, aka Bishop, aka The GOAT. Here on this week 11 of, NFL football, as Trey said. My counterpart, y'all know Washington and Miami is out there in Madrid getting it in right now. I heard it's a tie score. I'm just now seeing. I forgot this game was in Madrid this weekend. So I just voted for Washington to take this game. We're going to see how it's going to turn out. CC, what's good, bro?
Man, if you a Longhorn fan, yesterday you was like Kendrick Lamar. Turn your TV off. Turn your TV off. You was some Kendrick Lamar. Turn your TV off.
Now turn your TV off. Oh,
turn your
shoot.
TV off.
So before you,
oh my God.
So
my
CC,
gosh.
Before we get back into your conversation, right? So yesterday, myself, Bishop, and family and the friends of the teams in which we coach decided to have a get together, right? Just to kind of like celebrate the kids. And it was rough, it was definitely different. So before Bishop walked in, I was still outside cooking, so I had on something different. So of course, while that was going on, the USC Trojans was losing 14-0. And bruh, I never felt so much disrespect and disdainment. I'm sitting up walking. I can hear because I'm trying to like set up. I'm trying to go for it to be a good host. You know what I'm saying? And because I had one TV that was on the USC game, and then, but Bishop's looking at the OU Alabama game on his phone. So I come into the office and I put it on this TV and I'm like, hey, bro, here you go right here. But before that happened, which I should have been like, no, go ahead and look at that shit on your phone. While I'm sitting there,
that's dirty.
While I'm sitting there, I can hear him talk about because USC had just, I think Iowa had just made the field goal or something like that.
Touchdown. They had just scored a touchdown.
Oh no! Movea threw an interception, and I can hear.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yes, throw the interception. I was like, wait, what? I was like, the disrespect. And so I'm looking at it like, yo, it's getting a little out of hand right now because USC was losing 21-6 or 20. I was like, oh man. So I go do a wardrobe change, throw on an old school Junior Seau jersey. And even one of the guys that was here was like, oh, you hope you're going to will them back into the win. I was like, we're going to see what we can do. Look up jumps the boogie. USC gets the dub 26-21. Let's move up the rank.
Crazy.
So
that's crazy.
I had to
couldn't believe that.
A wardrobe change and sit up and empower the team from all the way from Texas. But
the force was strong with this one. Hey, CC, the force is strong with this one. The force is strong.
I was starting to get frustrated because I couldn't find the game. I was like, I was just watching the game. Why is the game not on? They basically took us off the air to put on the Texas-Alabama game. I was like, I'm not Texas. Oklahoma-Alabama game. I was like, what's going on? But in case, CC, you were saying before we went live, the Texas game, and you just feel like. You feel like Sarkisian was just out-coached?
Yeah, he was just out-coached. I saw one coach just whoop another coach. Like, it was just embarrassing to see a coach get beat that bad. Like, like the announcers kept saying, um, Texas defense looks confused. Looks they
Mm.
look out of it. They look like no, it was that play calling by Kirby Smart's team over there, man. That staff they came with it offensively and defensively. Georgia didn't have a pass rush all season long, but yesterday they I think he got Sark figured out. That's 3 times he's faced him, 3 times he's downed him. I think he got him figured. I think he got Sark's offense figured out to a T, man. I've seen it's like if Sark won't open up the playbook to let Arch Manning, let us see what Arch Manning really got. Do we really know what he got? Because you limited him. It's like, yo, get your ego out the way and open up the field for this guy. This guy can run. Why was Stockton? Stockton had more rushing yards yesterday than Arch Manning. Like, let Arch go, man. You got to turn him loose. You got to turn him loose.
Somebody say Archie Manning sucks.
No, no, I agree. I agree that he was playing for it, but it got to. Hey, coaching, you got to let him. You got to let him loose. How you let him loose against Vanderbilt first half in that game, and then you play conservative the second half, and you almost lost that game. But then you come out against Georgia, and you don't throw the ball downfield, but once or twice, you don't, you run in every first down. I mean, they got you pegged. You run it on second down. Come on, man, let the young man go. Let him go. Let's see what he got.
I was watching Archie yesterday, man. He has a hellacious sidearm. Like his sidearm is like every pass is a sidearm. Like does he have an over the shoulder or over the top overhand?
Touchdown!
Like, what is going
Washington
on when you come into that? So
and guess who scored that touchdown? Debo. I only say that because of Trey. Y'all know how it is. I had to say that because of Trey. Debo was his dude when he was in San Francisco. Well, let's see if he scored. Let's see.
Oh, he got in.
Yeah, he got in. Debo. But go ahead. What you were saying, Trey? My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt that. You were saying, or you was rudely interrupted, sir. My bad.
So I completely lost train of thought. So in any case, we know going in now, CFP is starting to get a little interesting. Texas A&M is looking good. I don't understand. Like when you look at it, so
boy, did you see that comeback? Did you see that comeback? That's the bruh. That comeback was ridiculous. That's why we got to your house late, because I was watching that game and I was like, "Are you serious, Gamecocks? Y'all gonna let y'all was up on these boys like this, and somebody got to get fired. Somebody got to you're fired, like Waterboy. You're fired, bruh. How do you let A&M come back on you like that? How do you do that, bro? And then I didn't know. Did y'all know? Because I found out yesterday. Emmitt Smith's son's plays for A&M. That Smith dude, Emmitt Smith the fourth. That's Emmitt Smith's son. He was at Stanford. Remember, he used to be in Stanford. He transferred over to A&M.
Mm-hmm.
That's Emmitt Smith's son.
So when y'all look at it, right, in this case, when I think about it, it probably goes for both teams. Do you think Indiana and both Texas A&M deserve an opportunity to move up into the top 2 spots? And I asked this question. It's a follow-on question. But first off, do y'all think they get an opportunity to move up into the top 2 spots, or should Ohio State continue to hold the number 1 spot because they played and they did not lose?
You gotta keep Ohio State in the number 1 spot. If they didn't lose, you can't drop them. How you drop them? What's the reason for drop? You can't drop them. Go ahead. What you about to say?
Why play between?
Who did Ohio State play? Who did they play?
Ohio State played. It was a blowout.
Then you can't
Wisconsin.
drop them.
They played Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, Wisconsin. Yeah, you can't drop them.
Well, I like to say
Wisconsin ain't what they used to be. Wisconsin ain't what they used to be, but Wisconsin is still somewhat of a decent team. And if they blew them out, yeah, you can't drop them. In my opinion. Go ahead, CC. My bad.
I found out an interesting stat yesterday, man, and I don't know why we ain't talking about this guy as the clear Heisman Trophy winner. That's the quarterback. That's the quarterback for Ohio State. Saying this dude is completing 81% of his passes on the season. Yesterday by halftime he was 96%.
He only had two. He had 2 incompletions.
You know what I'm saying? He completes 81% on the season. That's unheard of. I ain't never
That's
heard a quarterback do
ridiculous.
that.
Yeah, that
That
is
is
literally ridiculous, bruh.
that's
That's insane.
So
And we
that's
talking. This is week what? 13?
we're
12? 12.
going to week
12.
going to week 13.
Going into
So
week 13. That's insane. That's an
yeah,
insane percentage, bro.
yeah,
That's an
eighty-one
insane
percent.
percentage.
that's going to bring on another question. So this is why I asked this, right? We just like y'all just talked about. We just seen Texas A&M make a tremendous comeback, but was not Indiana in that same predicament last week. So you have teams that have shown resiliency that are still sitting behind. Like I ain't gonna say that we have teams who will show resiliency, but when you're a top ranked team against a unranked opponent, do you get brownie points because you showed resiliency and was able to overcome the fact that you was getting smacked by this unranked team? Or do you get or should you get the brownie points because, or should you not get the brownie points because? And we ain't just talking about it ain't like we talking about a 17th ranked USC against an unranked team. We talking about the number 2 and the number 3 teams respectively in the rankings against unranked opponents and having to sit up and have late quarter comebacks showing that resiliency, but they're playing. But why are we in this predicament? So what do y'all say? What y'all think?
Go ahead, CC.
I think a comeback's a comeback. I think
What
competition
up,
varies
Dish?
from week to week, and it's all about the preparation. I think if you are able to overcome like 27 points is a huge comeback to come back from. I don't care who
That
you playing
is.
against.
Especially in
Like
college. Yeah, that's any game. Yeah. Go ahead, CC. My bad. Yeah, any
it's like
game.
you got to make one play. You know, one play by South Carolina could probably change that. Could probably change that whole outcome, and you can't make that play. That says a lot for the other team. That says a lot for the other team to want that comeback. Um, so I felt like Texas A&M should have probably been at least number 2, but you can't argue with Indiana who's still finding ways to win. Like they finding ways to win, and they finally on the map. Let's face it, Indiana ain't even supposed to be in that position. Nobody had them in that position, but they taking it. And Mendoza looks, he looked like he could be a star in the NFL.
But what's interesting is talking to I'll let you answer questions, Bishop. But what's interesting is Indiana's in the same position they was last year. Indiana was a top ranked opponent the whole year under a different quarterback. So now you saying that CC makes me wonder, like, yo, Indiana is showing that the coach obviously it's the coach. And the coach, because he's on his second quarterback. Last year, I can't remember who they had. Mendoza transfers from Cal and comes over to Indiana, and Indiana's again sitting pretty with Mendoza expected to be possibly the Heisman hopeful. He's in a Heisman. I see Dishes talking about Love.
Love from Notre Dame.
I can't sit up and concur on that because he's Notre Dame and he put up over 200 points against 200 yards against USC. So I can't sit up. I have to be biased in this sense. So I won't even enter that conversation. But Mendoza, I think the Heisman isn't as vibrant as it has been in the last couple of years based on who you currently have. But before we get into that, Bishop, go ahead. Do you think they should get the brownie points or should it count against them?
Man, that's a good question, man. I'm gonna have to agree with CC though. I mean, I understand Illinois was in the same predicament last week or whatever, and so forth and so on. But again, when you look at what A&M did yesterday, like he said, that feat is unheard. That feat is unheard of, man. That feat is something that just like you just don't see. That's like that is the best. If I'm not mistaken, they said that's a record for the biggest comeback. One of the biggest comeback in college football history. Like you've set a record. Like you've put A&M on the map by what they did yesterday. And CC spoke earlier in regards to how the Texas and Georgia game, how Georgia came out and was a different team the second half. That's how A&M was, man. A&M was not allowing South Carolina to get past midfield, bro. They wouldn't let they put it's like Alabama. I mean, it's like A&M came out with a whole new set of dogs on that defensive line. That quarterback had no time to do nothing. Nothing. So, when it comes to the Heisman talk, man, I don't know. Like, I don't know. In regards to Dish, man, I love you, Dish, but bro, Notre Dame is independent. Like, they're not in the conference. So, not to knock love for Heisman candidacy. I get it, but who do Notre Dame play? You know what I'm saying? I feel like we've talked about this before, guys. South Carolina, they aren't a scrub team. They aren't, not at all. You know what I'm saying? And they haven't been for a couple of seasons recently. South Carolina has been a formidable opponent for a few seasons. They just not there right now. But yeah, I just gotta agree with CC in regards to how everything is playing out when it comes to, I don't know, Illinois. Illinois is just, when you hear the team Illinois, you don't think of
Indiana.
I mean, Indiana. When you hear a team in Indiana, you don't hear dominance. But Indiana is not a football school. Indiana is a basketball school. Everybody know that. Everybody know Indiana is a basketball school. But when you put it up there and have them, and see the things in which they're doing now it's big. Some people would beg to differ, But can they be consistent? Can they stay consistent? What's Indiana's is going to play a huge. We'll see.
Yeah, Indiana got.
So does Ohio State drop because Indiana? So does Ohio State drop because Indiana played better teams and better records? Shouldn't Hey Beautiful be number one? I mean, I don't know what y'all take is on that. What Anthony just said.
I look at it like Indiana is. I said that earlier that I thought Ohio State didn't play anybody, but what I've been looking at, like I said, when I saw the stats and you watch Ohio State, you see what they got. I'm watching this kid. Let's not even talk about the receiver catching passes with one hand. This dude don't even need two hands on the field. This Jeremiah Smith or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
You don't even need two hands. And then you watch that defense. The defense seems, man, fast and strong. I don't know. Like, I would like to see them play Indiana though. I want to see them play somebody. Where we go, maybe Michigan will give them a run. Michigan beat them last year, so maybe Michigan will be their test at the end of the season here, and that'll be the test that we get for them. But
right,
I can't knock Ohio. I wouldn't be mad if Indiana was to supersede them though, because Indiana has the record and the pedigree to supersede them. But I wouldn't be mad. But Ohio State, they holding it down though. They haven't lost, and man, like I said, the ridiculous statistics of that team can't be overlooked.
Yeah, I totally agree. He has, Larry. He has. He has made that team. He has made Indiana relevant. The coach has made that team relevant. And we talk about, that's one thing we talk about here on First Formation, man. We talk about coaches. Coaches will make or break a team. We get it. Coaches can't play the game, but they have to coach the game. And to coach the game, you have to coach the game in a way that'll make your team makes your team in the race or in the hunt for whether it's for a Super Bowl, whether it's for a national championship, for the CFP or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And the coaches play a great part in that. Again, the coaches can't play the game for them. They got to, but these student athletes have to be able to want to listen and take heed and listen to what these coaches are putting out there to them. And some of these coaches are falling short. I ain't gonna lie. Some of these coaches are definitely falling short. But to what you said, yes, that coach has definitely put Indiana on the map and wanted to show everybody and shut everybody up and say, hey, we're not just a fucking a basketball school. We a football school too, and we about to show you.
Yeah, I saw that. They was talking about that a few weeks ago. I win. Google me. This coach has said he's won everywhere he's been. He's like, check my resume, man. I've won everywhere I've been. So what do you mean? I win. Google me. That was one of the best comments a couple of weeks ago. That was one of the best comments I ever heard. Right there.
And that's huge, man. That's huge to say that. And if you have a resume like CC just talked about that shows that you have a winning percentage, a high rate of winning, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, you can't deny facts or stats as we like to call them. You can't deny that. It is what it is.
So of course we wait to see what the coaches poll comes out. At least I do, because I want to see where USC's at. And then additionally, we get to see the CFP as they get closer, especially when you look at, for me, when I look at it, because you have not San Francisco, I'm on the wrong sport. We have USC as you get closer. Now, next week, they have a game against Oregon, a top-ranked Oregon team. If we are able to pull that out, do we move into the top 10? I don't know. We'll see. And then we have a UCLA.
Where's Oregon ranked yesterday? Where were they ranked yesterday?
Number 8.
Okay.
Number 8. So they're top 10. So maybe USC gets a little closer, probably definitely into the top 15. We'll see how it goes. Because you had the number 4. Does Alabama drop?
Absolutely. What do you mean?
Does Oklahoma
drop?
move above Alabama?
You know what
I don't know if they below Alabama, but it's gonna be something to see. Go ahead, CC. My bad.
That's what I was wondering. See, I was wondering if Alabama and OU are gonna swap spots or come close to a swap of the spot, right? 4-11, because that win was huge for OU yesterday. Changed a lot of things in the SEC too, as far as the top teams over there. It changed a lot of stuff.
Who cares about USC? You said, yeah, I'm definitely eager to see what's going to happen too. I don't see us jumping like 5 spots. I don't see us drop catapulting that high up to number 4. I don't see it's just too many teams in between. But the fact of the matter is, we have to now. I want to see, do we jump in front of Texas?
Well, I think y'all Texas, have to, right?
Yeah, because y'all was 10, we was 11. And then y'all lost to Georgia, but we beat Alabama. So, and Georgia was ranked what?
Number 8. Number 5. I'm sorry. Yeah, 5.
Number 5.
So, I think Georgia goes to 4, in my opinion. I think Georgia goes to 4. They have to, because they won. They beat Texas. They go to 4. And then Alabama has to drop below Oklahoma. In my opinion, they have to drop below Oklahoma. Now it depends on where does Alabama and Texas fall.
Yeah, I think that puts us out. I think that puts us out though. I think we're on the outside looking in. Even with a win over Texas A&M at the end of the season, I still think we'll be looking up at other teams.
What's cracking, Tad? What's going on, bro? Glad to have you falling in with this morning. So definitely, without a doubt, what you say, Texas definitely is. OU's going to definitely jump Texas. That's definitely going to happen. But I think, like you said, the question is, where do they go? Or do they come close enough to where Alabama drops below, or come pretty close to dropping below Oklahoma, which it should be. I only think that's what right should look like. Why is Alabama still above a team that knocked them off when they was number 4 and the other team was number 11? Why?
Alabama too.
Yeah,
on the road. That's on the road.
So maybe 7 spots is a little to drop Alabama, but there should definitely be a jump. Like in-state, Alabama should be ranked below at minimum 1 tier below Oklahoma when it comes out, because who Alabama have left to play? They play Auburn. Who Oklahoma play? They have to play Oklahoma State. Do y'all play Oklahoma State already?
Who? Well, we don't have Oklahoma. We don't have Oklahoma State no more. Remember Oklahoma State?
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, we don't have Oklahoma State no more.
So who y'all got left to play?
We still got 2 hard games. Remember, CC looked at them, spoke about them last week. Yeah. Let me tell you. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you real quick. We play. We got. Where is it at? Right here. We got. We just beat Alabama. Oh no. We play Missouri and LSU.
So LSU might be ain't to sneeze at. Oh well, technically Missouri shouldn't either. So those are
Missouri and LSU. And both of them games are at home for OU. They're in Norman. Both of them games are at home. So yeah, we play Missouri next week, and then we play LSU Thanksgiving weekend. But then this is my question: does Alabama fall below Texas? Because Alabama and Texas don't play.
Texas got 3 losses.
Yeah,
third loss. That loss to Florida. That loss to Florida really hurt us early in the season. That loss. So no way a 2-loss team falls below us, right?
Okay.
So Alabama. Oh, see, yeah. So this it definitely, without a doubt, Alabama is no longer in the driver's seat. They have Eastern Illinois left and Auburn. So if the only thing that can happen is they can just fall further down that rabbit hole. At this point, I believe very strongly that OU is going to finish above Alabama as long as OU can win out. And hell, honestly, Texas probably can get back in there. But I mean, no, probably not.
Texas still got South Carolina. I mean, Texas still got to play A&M for one.
Oh, so Texas can get back in there.
Texas still got to play A&M.
Especially if Alabama was to lose to Auburn. If Texas could
beat Alabama, A&M, I mean, because A&M is 3. If Texas can beat A&M, that might put them back in it. Might. But they would have to be A&M.
Yeah, so it remains. It's still a lot possible. And then let's take in consideration the human factor takes effect when you take in consideration people have to vote and put them in here.
Right.
But in state, I mean, I could care less about Texas. OU is all about the victory, the Trojans. So we'll see how that goes.
No, he didn't throw that in there. No, you didn't throw that in there.
It's all about the what? What did he say? It's all about the who?
He said the Trojans. All about the Trojans. USC, man. Oh, Mariota
got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt. That's what I was looking at. But these next couple of weeks are gonna be crazy, bro. Because it ain't but 2 games for every team left. And these last 2 games are definitely gonna determine who get in and who don't get in. So
then the championship games. They're gonna be
getting back into the aspect. As we know, currently the Washington Commanders are up on the Miami Dolphins by the score of 13-6 in the third quarter with 3 minutes and 36. I mean, a little further, 3 minutes left remaining in the game. Currently, they're tending to Marcus Mariota as he seemingly has sustained the injury. So we'll see how that goes. Who's the backup to the backup in Washington?
I don't know. That's
the third string. I have no clue.
That's the thing. I have no idea either. Third. When you talk about third string, bro, who knows? You have.
Let's not act. Well, now I was about to say let's not act like we don't know, because I was about to say we know who the third string is in Cleveland, but that was some time ago when we knew who the third string is.
We knew. We all know because he's supposed to be the starter in Cleveland, and we knew that because of the.
We do not
because I said that Thursday.
Yeah, we knew that. We knew that because of the fact that what had transpired between Cleveland and Houston, why he's even in Cleveland. That's why we know who the third string is over here. And then, of course, not to add to the fact that they just added Shedeur Sanders over there. That's why we know. Well, that's the only team who we know who the 4 quarterbacks are in their quarterback room. We knew who all 6 when they had 6 quarterbacks.
Josh Johnson still playing? Man.
Who?
Josh Johnson.
Josh Johnson still playing?
Josh Johnson? Really? Yeah, for real?
Bro, Josh Johnson has been in the game for almost 20 years and has about 18 credits to teams. So getting in, right? I think the most is more polarizing outside of the fact that there's all these people who are out. You got people that's going on IR, people having in this season injury surgery. For the most part, that affects a lot of fantasy leagues and stuff like that. In which I like to say in all of my fantasy leagues except for one, I'm top tier. But that's neither here nor there.
Look, why you speaking of fantasy football?
That is who it is.
Speaking of fantasy football, I want to put this out here. While you speaking of fantasy football, man, I've been dominating that little thing, and let me tell you what my secret has been. A lot of the computer picked my players first of all. Second of all, I'm starting to notice that fantasy football is mostly driven by if you got people from sorry teams. Yo, your numbers are phenomenal. My quarterback was Justin Fields early in the year, right? I switched my quarterback, by the way, but I had Justin Fields, and I was living off his 20 points a week. Like, he didn't have to do more than that, just 20 points a week. He didn't have to put up a lot of points. Now, the flip side of it is somehow I got Jonathan Taylor, and that put me over. I got Jonathan Taylor and Jamar Chase. Those two. So now with like the bye week for Jonathan Taylor, I'm probably gonna take a L, right? Because I've been living off just backup quarterback and those two players mostly. Like that's been the secret to my and Jamar Chase on a sorry team, so he gets a lot of burn. like if you got players from a sorry team, you in there.
I want to have to take a look at that and see does that go well for me because actually when saying it, if right now what it's look like is myself and CC are destined to go into the champ to be the champions in the first formation fantasy league to be in the championship game. But I have a hard game this week. I'm not sure who CC's playing, and then technically CC gave me my first loss in the league this year. So, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If I get another one of those things, where is that? It's sitting in the corner. I give it some rest for now, so I can put another 2 or 3 up next to it. But
Oh my goodness.
that's basically that's what it is. But I asked this question, Bishop, because you're the first person we'll start off. What do you say in reference to the AJ Brown situation that's going on in Philly? We heard about him on Madden talking to my man and talking about I'm trash. If you got me in fantasy,
Get rid
drop
of
me.
me. Drop me. Yeah.
Which I have him in fantasy in one of my teams.
I do too. I do too.
So what do you think about that? We're here again.
Man, I don't even know what to say. At some point, man, sometimes you might have to just cut your losses. And right now, I just feel like it's a distraction. Again, I blame all of this, and I may sound like a broken record, but when it's all said and done, bro, I blame all this on our offensive coordinator. Our team has, even though we have a winning record, don't get me wrong, I get where we at, I see where we stand, but a lot of that winning, people say, well, winning is, we've heard people say winning is everything. In this case, it's true to statement. Winning isn't everything when you have a person like AJ Brown who's not satisfied, who's not happy, because we all got to keep him. What we all have to keep in consideration is the fact that as long as you're winning, you shouldn't be worried about it. That's not it, because even if you're winning, yeah, that's good as a team aspect. But when it comes down to it, when the Super Bowl is over, what is it? What's concerned now? Is it concerned about the team, or is it concerned about? No, Anthony, listen to what I'm about to say. Because once the Super Bowl, whether we in it, whether we not in it, whether we win it, whether we lose it, what's up after the Super Bowl is over? It's time to talk contracts. And if your numbers don't meet what your contracts are talking about, that's less money in your pocket. You got to keep in mind, when the game is done with you, you still got to go on with your life. So I understand why he's frustrated, because again, AJ Brown still has some play in him. So with some play in him, you got to still work and get your numbers to try to get these maxed out contracts. AJ Brown ain't a maxed out contract wide receiver right now. He's not the highest paid wide receiver. And as a player, ain't that what you're trying to be outside of just winning Super Bowls? You trying to get the max contract you can get, right? But if your numbers don't fit those max contracts in which you're asking, guess what? It's hard for that.
But he up there though, right? 32 million a year. He up there somewhere, man. That's got to be high for a wide receiver. 32 million.
It
more
is.
Than 32 million.
Okay, and I'm glad you say that, CC. Is he playing worth 32 million right now?
Well, that's how the team playing, right? That's
exactly. Exactly. But why is the team playing like that? That goes back to what? Offensive coordinator. Again, he didn't have no problem from last year. We got the same damn team. Same quarterback. He ain't had that problem last year. So it's got to be the offensive coordinator. It can't be nobody else. We didn't change quarterbacks. We didn't change wide receivers. We added another wide receiver, but that other wide receiver ain't getting more touches than him. Like, somebody make it make sense.
Devontae Smith leading the team right now, right?
Exactly.
Yards, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. But Devontae was there last year.
Right.
So, like, what it has to be something, bro. And so I get his frustration. We all that played the game, even Trey, even when I played flag football with Trey, there was times with Trey, man, give me the ball, man, I'm open. Give me the ball, man, I'm open.
Hey, I'm gonna go put this out there. He can go back to Tennessee.
He
He can
don't
go
want to
back
do
to
that.
Tennessee.
He don't want to
That's
do
what I'm
that.
saying. He can go back
He
to
don't want to do
Tennessee
that.
and he'll
He
get
don't
all the
want to do
catches
that.
he want.
Yeah,
He'll get all
he
the
don't
burn.
want to do that.
You know?
He damn sure don't want to do that. He damn sure don't want to do that. Believe that. He
No,
don't want to do
I
that.
mean that's a good question. Do you blame the head coach for switching coordinators every year? No, these coordinators are going on the
Well, he
head
didn't.
coaching job.
He didn't
It's not
switch.
like
Yes, that's what he did.
Kellen
Our
Moore got
offensive
a head coaching job.
right.
Kellen Moore
He
got
went
a head coaching job. Steichen
right.
got a head coaching job. These
That's
dudes
more
are getting
pay.
head coaching jobs. Like,
Yeah, that's
like
more
what do you
pay. You
mean? You
got it.
can't blame the head coach because the guy
Facts.
took a head coaching job.
Facts.
You can't blame
You
the head
got it.
coach for that.
Yeah, you can't. You got to give it. You got to give it to what you got to. You got to give it to what it is. You cannot blame him for that. You cannot. That's just what it is. But I don't know. I don't even. To be honest with you, bro, I don't know. I don't know. It's just too much going on.
As he freezes up.
It's a distraction. It is a distraction because y'all so busy trying to find ways. Y'all, it is a distraction. Talking about Nick Serrano, talking about it ain't a distraction. It is a distraction because the whole thing is y'all saying it ain't one, but it is because of the simple fact there was a whole game where y'all tried to get AJ Brown the ball. A whole half where y'all focused on giving AJ Brown the ball so he could shut up. That's a distraction because you trying to do something, you forcing something instead of letting something come to the game. Let something come to you. You're trying to force something so we can try and alleviate the talk after the games. That's a distraction, whether you believe it or not. It is what it is. The coordinators, there's nothing we could do about it in regards to coordinator. Like CC said, these coordinators, they try to make money too. And if it's a head coaching job that I can go to get this money, hey, thank y'all for the Super Bowl. I'm out, though. I'm finna go over here. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is. But I hope we figure it out sooner than later because we got about, 4 weeks left, 5 weeks left or whatever. We got to figure it out. And right now, we're not looking good.
To be honest, I think it's overhyped. I'm like, man, they just keep figuring out ways to win. They beat teams with the 30s. They beat teams with the teams. Like this last game, 10-7. 10-7. You win 10-7. I don't know how much complaining you can really do from that aspect, other than like I said Thursday, we talked about it a little bit Thursday. Trey, I'm on record as saying, yo, the guy, I get it. He wants his Hall of Fame numbers. You can't get Hall of Fame numbers with what they got going on. Winning don't cure the fact that you had individual goals coming in. I think Trey said it best when he was like, like sometimes, sometimes your individual, even though your individual aspirations hurt, like they help the team or they can hurt the team. And right now, the dude clamoring, he want Hall of Fame status. Like, look at all the other Hall of Famers before him that didn't get Super Bowls and stuff. Like, he got a Super Bowl out the way. That box is checked. Now, get me, get me my gold jacket. So I want this gold jacket.
So looking at that, right, you just brought up something which I think is a good question. Like, at what point does Hall of Fame aspiration come into play? Like, let's be honest. At this point in his career, is AJ Brown even considered potentially being played for a Hall of Fame, a gold jacket, as CC just said? That's not the case. So when does that start to play? Is how late in your career can you start to develop a line to lead to Canton in this case? And at what is the point where it's like no longer, in y'all opinion, it's like there's no longer a chance I'm going to get into Canton. I might get into my my respective team's ring of honor, but when does the aspirations for Canton cease to exist anymore, and basically you're just playing at that point?
Well, he had a decent year last year, right? So this is his first year. And last year he was complaining a little bit, and they started throwing the football a little more. You got to remember that because he was clamoring for that gold jacket. He was, even though on a Super Bowl run, he was clamoring for that gold jacket. I think he's only 28. He had the numbers. We seen some people like Jerry Rice and T.O. them play well into their mid-30s. Like some of them played a long time.
That's why.
So you never know.
That's why I said. I said that. I said he still got some play in him. Yes. Now he's won he's done a part of his goal, I'm assuming, by winning a Super Bowl. He's won a Super Bowl. He has that. You know what I'm saying? That's under his belt. Now, at some point, as a player, and I'm looking at you, CC, and Trey, and I'm asking y'all, once you won a Super Bowl, what's your next goal? Is it your next goal to continue to try and make enough money to set your family up for life? Or is your next goal to try and go for that gold jacket? You got a Super Bowl under your belt. Now, mind you, don't get me wrong. The more Super Bowls you get is even better. Don't get me wrong. I get that too. I get that because now you're solidifying yourself. Because with Super Bowls doesn't for certain positions. Let me say it like this: with Super Bowls, with multiple Super Bowls, doesn't that solidify you as a?
No. As he froze up, but I think it's a no. If I think the question he was about to ask was, does it solidify you with winning multiple Super Bowls? Does that solidify you with being able to get that vote into
My bad. I don't know what happened with my internet be acting a dog. I hate AT&T with this shit. Anyway, doesn't that solidify you in regards to if you win more Super Bowls? Kind of solidifies. Again, it depends on the position to solidify you in regards to getting a gold jacket, as long as your numbers are where they need to be.
So
if you got the numbers,
Right,
to support it,
right,
and you right on
right,
the
right.
edge, I think it gives you that edge over that next person with the same numbers without Super Bowls. You know what I mean? I
Facts.
think it gives you
Right.
that
I
edge.
agree with you, CC. I totally agree with you because we know there's some people that are gold jacket wearers that has no Super Bowls. We know that.
Right.
We know that there are some in
let's
there.
look at this. If instantly this person comes to mind, the expectation is he's going to become a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he may not. Larry Fitzgerald. But on the flip side of that, right? What do y'all think when you put the resume of a Larry Fitzgerald up to the resume of a Antonio Brown? Remove Antonio Brown's his extracurricular,
Off the field
yeah,
antics.
off the field stuff. But Antonio Brown has pretty good numbers. They're not Larry Fitzgerald numbers, but they're good numbers. Plus, he got a couple of Super Bowls under his belt with multiple teams. Does that still start? And which is, I realize it's a revolving door. Like this conversation that we always have about the Hall of Fame, for the most part, it changes every time we sit up and talk about it. There's always
Yeah.
a new wrinkle that's added, and then we
Yes.
go back to some old wrinkles because we continue to wonder: does the Super Bowl really power the conversation, or is it stats? Is it individual accolades? Is it team efforts? What is the power? What powers your vote to get into the Hall of Fame in Canton? And so what we just talked about, Larry Fitzgerald, no Super Bowls. Antonio Brown, Super Bowls.
Good question. CC, go ahead. I'm gonna let you get that first, bro. Because
Look, we know Antonio Brown ain't gonna make it nowhere. And he on trial right now for he's gonna be on trial for attempted murder.
yeah, yeah,
You know, so but if you're just talking numbers and we talking football, Antonio Brown was on pace to do something like ridiculous. He would have put his name up there if he could have kept his career going. We know he was gonna blow certain records out of the water. We know he was doing certain things on that field that was different. We can't take that away from him. But
mm-hmm.
Fitzgerald, I think you go Fitzgerald just because he was more durable and he played a lot longer. Not only did he play a solid career, his numbers. Fitzgerald got to have some great numbers. Fitzgerald's numbers got to be pretty great. They got to be pretty solid.
I'm,
If not comparable to To or Randy Moss, he got to be close. He got to be like fourth on the list or something. Or like
Right,
receivers of all time is what I'm saying. Fitzgerald got to be up there.
right,
So yeah, no Super Bowls at all. Like just his numbers alone should stand by themselves.
right, right. I
so
totally agree with CC when it comes to that. Yeah, Antonio
Fitzgerald,
Brown was on. Go ahead.
1,432 receptions, 17,492 yards, 121 touchdowns.
Is that not Hall of Fame?
In how many years? How many seasons?
16.
16 seasons. Is that
11
not
pro,
Hall of Fame?
1 All Pro.
One All Pro. Okay. One season he went All Pro. That's it. Out of
Yeah,
16 seasons.
16 season.
Okay.
Hmm. But
I don't know.
is
That's
his numbers not Hall of Fame?
I mean,
It's
compared
got
to
to
other
have him
people,
4 or 5. His receptions got to have him 4 or 5 on the list, right? His yards, 17,000 yards is a lot of yards, man. That's a lot. Mike
17
Evans
yards.
is killing it.
Yeah.
now let me pull up Antonio
Hold on.
Brown's.
I mean, that's a lot of stuff.
Antonio Brown. His Antonio Brown's is hold up, it's coming up.
Yeah.
Blood clots.
Yeah, Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown. Come on, bro. I just clicked on this.
So Antonio Brown career stat. What are you looking at?
Okay, Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown was 928 receptions, 12,291 yards, 83 touchdowns, 12 years.
And he played 140, but he played 146 games, right?
Yeah,
How many games did he play?
146 games.
So Fitzgerald's numbers is better than Brown.
I mean,
yeah, but Gerald's is better.
He also got 5 years on him too.
Yeah, Fitzgerald. But Fitzgerald got better.
He got 5 years on him on whose fault though? Antonio Brown.
Right.
But not to mention, Antonio Brown is a 7-time in those years, 12 years. Antonio Brown was a 7-time Pro Bowler, a 4-time All Pro.
Listen. I hear what you're saying, and I'm cutting you off for this reason and this reason only.
Okay.
Antonio Brown was on the Steelers. Fitzgerald was on the Arizona Cardinals.
On the Cardinals.
That's the only reason why he has all those other accolades. Because if I guarantee you, listen, because if you put Fitzgerald on that same Pittsburgh team,
Roethlisberger.
Dan Roethlisberger.
Mm-hmm. Kurt.
Yeah.
He had Kurt Warner. He had Kurt Warner for how many years though? Come on,
1 season, 2 seasons, maybe. Come on, bro. You can't even compare. He had been his entire career.
With one team.
Entire career.
But Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown went to Tom Brady. Hold on, and then went from Brady and went to Tom
Brady twice.
Right.
He played with Brady twice. Right.
Come on, man.
But look who Fitzgerald played with.
You got to put that in consideration, bro.
But let's put this in consideration. If Antonio Brown, and let's take it, let's be real. Although it didn't happen, well, I'm not gonna say that. And take this into consideration. If Antonio Brown gets the next 5 years, which would have been 80 games, 80 more games added to his resume, do you think he would have better numbers than Fitzgerald?
It would be close.
It all depends. It depends on what team. I think it depends on what team, because I think you still got to keep in consideration Antonio Brown has 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Guaranteed.
Right. 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Guaranteed, bro.
That's true.
Guaranteed. First ballot, guaranteed, bro. Guaranteed.
2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. That's true.
Fitzgerald can't say that.
You think Roethlisberger is the first ballot?
Hell yes.
Oh yeah, Big Ben is in.
Hell yes.
Why?
Hell yeah.
Why? Numbers, man.
Did you say why?
We thought the same thing for Eli. Where Eli sitting at right now?
Eli don't have
Eli don't have the numbers that that Roethlisberger got. Right? They close, but they not that close. Ain't Big Ben like in the 60,000 club?
Not only that, CC, you got to keep in mind, Big Ben has been there since Mike Tomlin was there. So with that being said, he has a winning record.
He's lost a game. Never had a lot.
Right.
Never had a
losing season. Big Ben never had a losing season. Because he didn't have a losing season with Cowher neither. With Bill Cowher when he was drafted, right? And then Mike Tomlin. I mean, I'm just saying, you ain't never had a losing season, bro. Like,
come on, bro. That's first ballot. Right? That's first ballot easy.
Got to count too, right?
Yeah.
You've been the catalyst on a lot of winning teams. You know what I mean? You've been a catalyst on a lot of winning teams. That's got to count for something, right? Eli can't say the same, right? Eli record was almost 500, right?
He cannot.
Take away the 2 Super Bowls. record was like almost 500, right?
Right.
We're gonna see. We're gonna definitely see. For it. So next topic up, in which we'll go through over. Next topic up, San Francisco. As we know, Brock Purdy is back at the helm.
Ooh, look at Mariota. He ain't hurt. Look at Mariota.
Be back
He
in.
ain't hurt. Yeah.
Mariota been back.
And with that, Brock Purdy's back. He's going to be starting versus the
look at this dude,
Arizona Cardinals.
The Brock Purdy hater. The Brock Purdy hater.
I've never been a Brock Purdy hater.
You know I gotta mess. Y'all know I gotta mess with Dre. Brock Purdy hater right here. Where's Trey Lance at? CC, where Trey?
That's not a Trey Lance.
Hey, hold on. Where's CC? Where's Trey Lance at?
Once you said about Brock Purdy, because here we go. Brock Purdy finna he finna lose his job to Mac Jones. Brock Purdy might not even be a 49er.
Don't say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
So
Brock Purdy might not even be a 49er next year.
So as I was about
to say, CC.
And then so that segues into what I was about to say. Brock Purdy's coming back.
Facts.
And this year, Brock Purdy is 1-1. He was 2 games. He's only played 2 games in which he went 1-1 for the beginning of the season. He's been out with turf toe since the for 6 straight games. In those games, in the games played, Mac Jones has compiled a 5-3 record and kept the 49ers afloat. Brock Purdy, additionally, in the last 2 seasons, is 7-10 in his games. Do we have a potential quarterback problem in San Francisco, in your opinion?
I just tell you.
Opinion. Let's hear your opinion.
Brock Purdy won't be there next year, especially if Mac Jones gets him into the playoffs. Brock Purdy is injured. No, Trey, you got to ask yourself this question. What's up with the 49ers being such geniuses, Shanahan and Lynch, with picking these squads, but y'all can't seem to pick a healthy quarterback? This happened with Garoppolo, always hurt. Every quarterback y'all get, Trey Lance. Brock Purdy hurt. You know what I'm saying? You got to start looking at that picture. Every quarterback y'all bank on gets hurt. I mean, and has injury after injury after injury.
And think about this: even that takes add more injury and also insult to injury. We had Sam Darnold in camp.
Y'all did.
Y'all did.
And let him go.
And Seattle probably thank y'all for that.
And that might have been a blessing. Yeah, I was about to say that might have been a blessing to Sam.
I mean, he left San Francisco, went to Minnesota, got in there under McCarthy, and McCarthy came back and he packed his bags up and he's in Seattle now. And Seattle doing the same thing he was doing when he was in Minnesota, at least for the regular season. I don't know what that looked like for the postseason, but basically, so that's where we're at. So yeah, so I mean, when I look at it, my aspect is that no, Brock Purdy, it's the same thing, which the same thing I thought with Trey Lance. Like, you have to give him an opportunity. He was injured, turf toe. Think how many people? It's 3 quarterbacks this year alone that has been injured from turf toe. Brock Purdy, Joe Burrow, and McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
McCarthy is back. He just got a win last week. Brock is coming back, and presumably at some point within even this week or next week, we're gonna probably see Burrow back at the helm. So I mean, but it's turf toe. Like, it's just one of those things. I think you can say just as much as a hamstring injury. It's just a lingering injury that you got to kind of like let it play its course and get healed from it before you get it. Because obviously, Brock tried to play that second game, and he got.
But you avoiding the question. We talk about this guy injury, but you avoiding the question. The question is, what do you think about y'all side with quarterbacks that seem to be injury prone time after time? Like, this is not your first rodeo. You're your third quarterback, your third franchise quarterback, I should say.
So Brock Purdy wasn't injured initially. His start to his NFL career, he he was good, except for when he got he took that here.
He was injured in the NFC
Championship game, and that basically in which he got hit. I mean, it's a part of the game, so it's kind of like hard to dictate because it's the same thing. Garoppolo coming over, Trey Lance coming in. I guess when you look at it, it becomes different. Like they getting hit. They wasn't that Trey Lance nor Garoppolo or Trey Lance. Well, actually, none of the three. Trey Lance, Garoppolo, nor Brock Purdy were known to be injury prone in college. They played their game. So I don't know. It's just I guess it gets into the league, and because look at Jaden McDaniels. Look at the players that was or look at Michael Penix. He was known. Dylan Gabriel. They were injury prone in college.
College, yeah.
They're playing their seasons right now in the pros. So it just goes that way sometimes. I guess you could say.
So you think? Do you think Purdy gonna be there next year?
Yeah, they ain't saying it nowhere.
Come on. Listen, CC, you asking the same person that thought Trey Lance was gonna be there.
And it's for the same reasons.
And where he ended up though.
He's currently in a good position. Actually, Trey Lance is in a good position right now.
He is. But we talk about in regards to him being still in San Francisco.
But you say CC how so?
Yeah, how so?
Ain't he playing backup?
He's a Charger.
But he a backup.
He's under Harbaugh.
Right. Oh, you talk about it in regards
to
you learning.
Yeah, but you know, Justin Herbert is a very resilient.
So let me ask you this: do you think? I don't mean to cut you off, but I gotta know these things. You talking 49ers? If Mac Jones, if the 49ers don't keep Mac Jones, and Mac Jones gonna go somewhere else to start, we know that's fixing to happen.
Yes,
or at least get a look, right?
Yeah.
So if Mac Jones outperforms Purdy or can stay on the field longer than Purdy, then do you think the 49ers are making bad decisions with these quarterbacks? I'm saying you paid Brock Purdy and he's been hurt ever since you paid him. He's been injured. So, I mean, what is your team doing over there?
If Mac Jones gets us into the playoffs and becomes a little successful in the playoffs, Mac Jones gets an extension on his contract to stay in San Francisco. And depending on because the only way Purdy's not going to start is if Purdy's injured. That's all. Like, let's be honest, that's the only way he's not going to start. Or like CC or like Anthony said, Mac Jones is becoming tradable. And we look at what we need. Like, we're hurting in the safety position. We're hurting that we're down the linebacker or second level players. We're down both defensive ends. Our whole defensive line is depleted because with the injuries. So if they start looking at and taking a comprehensive look at what can we get if we bring in Mac Jones, because the ideal is that they're good at developing quarterbacks. They can take a flyer on somebody else and let it go from there. But I foresee Brock at minimum is going to finish out his contract. And especially if the reason why he's not getting the playing time is because he's injured, he's going to finish out.
Wouldn't that be the first one that finish out their contract with y'all?
And I was about to say, CC, because doesn't this look very similar to what happened to Trey Lance? I remember Trey saying they gonna keep him. They gonna keep Trey Lance because of money. Yeah, we paid Trey Lance too much money, so therefore we're not gonna get rid of Trey Lance. However, what did they do? They got rid of Trey Lance.
It wasn't in the case of Trey Lance. It wasn't the money. It was the capital they gave up to get him. But now they're paying.
Well, which is money. I'm saying it's still money.
Right.
But it's all
I'm talking about they gave up the three first round draft picks.
Right.
But when you take a look at it for Jimmy Garoppolo, look at it like they brung Jimmy back. They paid him to bring him back so he could be there. And then, because Jimmy was out the door, he was ready to go. Like, they had a whole back and forth in which Jimmy finally decided to stay that one more year. And then he left, and then he ended up in Los Angeles after the fact. So I mean, they're all serviceable. We'll take in consideration San Francisco. Remember, San Francisco um Tom Brady for for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Which that was
Hey,
a dumb mistake.
Garoppolo. Yeah, right. A mistake. You would have won a Super Bowl already. Like, see, that's
Yeah,
what I be
yeah,
thinking. Like, what are
yeah,
we doing? Like, I like John Lynch. I liked him as a player. I think he's been great as a GM.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you just got to
That,
come into question some of the personnel decisions.
that
It
he's
don't
making.
stop there with the right with the 49ers, right? Like you guys didn't upgrade. You knew these dudes was getting old. Your problem is not injuries. Your problem is all these dudes are old. like that's why they injured. They played a lot of burn. You got a lot of use out of them. But how many times, 4 5 years of making a playoff run, a Super Bowl run, with NFC Championship runs, this, that, whatever, making Super Bowl runs, and you ain't refueling. You ain't refueling or retooling. You ain't getting younger. You ain't taking the Kansas City Chiefs approach to it, the Philadelphia Eagles approach to it, where the Eagles are on this high, this run. Look at what they doing. Like you sit up there, you giving Roseman all the flowers, but you got to look at your own team. Hey, why we ain't doing that? Why we ain't bringing in the young talent? Why we ain't snatching up these guys, these free
Well,
agents?
like
Why
we
we ain't
said,
making these moves?
we know what's going on with Rico Roseman in Philadelphia. Like we just basically we understand like wherever he got whatever brothels that they're going to and they're being recorded, and now he has.
Whoa! Why is going to
I'm just
Whoa!
saying,
This ain't the
something's
family
going on.
business now.
Something's going
Oh,
on.
hold on, the
Something's
family
going on
business
in
ain't the family
Philadelphia.
business.
And let's take into consideration. We talk about San Francisco. When you look at San Francisco and Philadelphia, which one is likely to have some activities going on with La Costa Nostra? Like that's basically what you have to
What
look
are
at.
we talking
Philly,
about?
Philly is
Man,
more likely
how did this
to
for
have.
people start believing that? Man, ain't no conspiracy. The
Right,
question is,
right.
why do you think you guys have stalled on getting younger and keeping the thing going? Like, why do you guys rely on such old people like that? Like,
Because they're strapped.
even Fred Warner is getting old.
Because they're strapped because of the Barlow family doesn't want to sit up and break bread, and because remember at one point they took back over the reins of what was going on, so they're strapped on what goes on. I feel like Roseman is free willing to do whatever, and he's able to make the choices. The 49ers, however, are a little bit different when it comes to that, and then so it's rough. I mean, like you said, they can get and they have a different way of doing things. They're probably doing things based on how it was done over the course of the years in San Francisco, in which they go with think about the birth of the West Coast offense was out of San Francisco with Bill Walsh, and then they has continued from there. Then you had George Seifert. We had a couple of ghosts left with the Ditkas and Singletaries and and what was his name? I can't think of his name for the one season that basically he was a patsy in my opinion. And then of course we had Harbaugh. So I mean it's things that have went awry since then. And then John Lynch and Shanahan come into play, and now they have been there for the 6 years and they've been going back and forth. I mean they had their ups and downs. Take in consideration the only time we're really down is when we have a lot of injuries. Besides that, we have been for the most part a very formidable and potent team on both sides of the offensively and defensively, predominantly defensively. But we down right now because our top rusher in Bosa. We just lost our rookie in Mikael Williams. We're without Warner. We let Greenlaw walk out the door. On the back end, we left Hufanga, Ward. They all let not Ward. Ward's but we lost a lot, or even whether it's walking out the door or taking a gamble on somebody, or just losing it in injury. So I mean, it's more to be said. It's there's a little of all that going on. Where Lynch has gambled, in my opinion, and it hasn't turned up in our favor. I wish he would take a page out of Rico Roseman's book and do what we need to do.
Hey, look, hey, leave my man alone. We don't need none of them problems over there. We doing good where we at. You know what I'm saying? We already got one problem on our list that we trying to work out. Don't try to get nothing out of us, man. Leave us alone. We
Tua
good
is
over
trash.
here.
Watching this game, man, I got a Bubba Dub that with Tua is trash.
Bro, I tried. What did I put in my text message when I sent y'all, bro? Can I pick? Can, can I just pick nobody? Because this game is
Right.
just doo doo. This game is
I
straight doo
just
doo.
picked
Oh,
nobody.
look, and they done fumbled the punt. Look at this. Washington fooled around and fumbled the punt right afterward. God
You
dang.
know what I'm saying,
Like, this
man?
is straight, like you say, this is straight doo doo, bro. How you fumbled the punt, man, bro? Like, come on.
For real. That's ridiculous.
That's dumb, bro. Look at
Next
this.
order of business. What do y'all, when y'all take a look at this, right? What do y'all think about the fact of possibly there can be a whole new regime when it comes down to the division championships this year for the AFC? The NFC right now is the same except for one team, right? The only team that's different is Seattle is currently the top team in the division and looking at being the division is current division champion if it was to end today, as opposed to the Los Angeles Rams. But forever, Philadelphia, Tampa Bay, Detroit are leading. But on the other side of the spectrum, last year we had Buffalo, Baltimore, Houston, and Kansas City were the division champions in the AFC. Right now, we have Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, New England, and Denver leading the divisions. Is there going to be a clean sweep, in your opinions, of the AFC division champions this year being new, or do the other ones, do the last year's champions get back into the groove of things and reclaim their spots?
Go ahead, CC.
I think the Ravens. I think it's safe to say that I was wrong about the Ravens. Look like they're gonna take over from the Steelers. It probably won't be this week. I think the Steelers might win this week, but it probably won't be this week because I think the Steelers got the Bengals. The only reason I'm saying that is because they got the Bengals, and the Bengals are pitiful on
Without
defense.
Burrow,
Like,
without Burrow, they not.
they horrible.
They not hitting on it.
So the Steelers might hold on. They might hold off Baltimore one more week, but it looks like Baltimore gonna bounce back up. The Bills' only shot is to beat the Patriots in the head up. But after losing to Miami, I don't think that it's going to help the Bills' case at all. Beating them the second time. So basically, no. And the Texans, man, you put yourself in too far of a hole. Indianapolis would have to just fall off a cliff, which could be possible, but the likelihood
That's
of
a
that
large
happening.
cliff. Yeah, that's a large cliff. That's a large cliff. Yeah. With Pittsburgh being where they sitting right now, and some of the, like CC said, they're playing the Bengals today. So yeah, I don't see them falling off. It's crazy that he did say what he said. CC said about the Ravens, because the Ravens, since Lamar's come back, they're making a run, which a lot of people kind of even already felt that was going to happen when Lamar came back. But it's crazy because they were 1-3 when Lamar left, but now it's a rejuvenated Lamar Jackson, and he's come back with vengeance, it seems like. And so now Baltimore could definitely be in the hunt to get themselves back into the race. So, yeah, we definitely gonna have to see how this all pan out, because this is getting very interesting on the AFC side of the ball, to be honest.
Hey, I don't want to throw this in there. You mentioned them Broncos. I don't see them. You know what? I don't care how well the Chiefs. I don't care how well the Chiefs play from here on out. They're not super. They're not taking over. That defense is just. That defense gonna take them far right now. No matter what Bo Nix does, if that defense keeps sacking quarterbacks at that clip, they sacking quarterbacks. The Broncos gonna win that division. No matter what the Chiefs do from here on
out. Yeah. When it's looking at New England probably gonna stay there unless Buffalo can definitely pull out. But we know Buffalo's history. Fortunately enough, we've been around. We know what Buffalo history is like. Jacksonville, they're gonna fall off even more. Jacksonville, they lost a Heisman Trophy candidate, and he's out for the season. But they under Indianapolis, and Indianapolis is playing great ball right now. So, and then like the rest of these teams, like Kansas City, Kansas City could jump past the Chargers, definitely, without question. But that Denver team, like CC said, Listen. Hey, I don't know. Kansas City would probably have to win out the rest of this season, and Denver would have to probably lose out for Kansas City to surpass Denver. So,
in y'all's opinion, who would you get ranking them 5 to 1 in y'all's opinion, in which I'm very sure is going to go different? Who's your top 5 quarterbacks, 5 to 1 in this for this season at this point through week 11? Who's your top 5 quarterbacks, 5 to 1? Who starts at 5?
5? Ooh, man, it's tough to pick the quarterback right now. But if I'm gonna go 5, you have to start. I'm gonna start with give me 5. Let's go Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
what?
5. Let's go Baker Mayfield. Let's go Baker Mayfield. Let's go Baker Mayfield.
At 5? Okay. Interesting. So I wonder who.
Wow. Yeah, I'm. This is very interesting. I want to see who his other 4 is. Okay, if Baker at 5, who's your 4?
4. I gotta go with Jared Goff. I'm gonna put Jared Goff at 4.
Okay.
And 3, you can give me Matthew Stafford. Put Matthew Stafford as my 3rd.
Okay.
Now these other 2, y'all ain't gonna like them, but I'm going this route, and I'm going now. My number 2 gonna be Sam Darnold right now. Sam Darnold is not turning the football over. He ain't turned the football over in a long time. Since that Buffalo, not Buffalo, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game or something. He's been on a hot one with the Jackson Smith, and he got a good receiver, Jackson Smith and Jigma, like helping him out a lot. And then number 1, Drake May, baby, give me Drake May, MVP. Drake May for MVP.
MVP?
75% of your passes in the NFL, this boy's completed 75% of his passes. Who's ever done that? Who's ever done that in the league? Ever. And this is week 11, right? And he's 75% of his passes. Give me Drake May.
Okay. Go. Who you got?
Man, he had a good list until he started talking about Drake May and all of that. Not taking nothing away from Drake May, because Drake May definitely is on this list. I can't put him at 1 though. I just can't put him at 1. I understand what he's doing over there in the AFC. I see what the Patriots is doing and stuff like that. But I can't put him at 1. I do like the fact that he did throw a Baker Mayfield in there. I do like the fact that he do that. But this may be shocking for y'all. Despite the fact of the record and how they're playing, Dak Prescott has to be in the top 5.
Is he in your top 5?
He has to be. He has to be 5. He has to be 5. He has to be 5. Yeah, he has to be 5. Despite the fact of the record, we're talking about quarterback play. We're not about talking about team play. We're not talking about records. We're talking about quarterback play. And if we're talking about quarterback play, you got to put Dak at number 5. Without question. Did he score? No,
all right, who's number 4?
Number 4. Y'all know I gotta put Jalen Hurts in there.
I knew it.
I gotta put Jalen Hurts in there. Be simple for the fact is, again, we're not talking about records, but we're just talking about play. Ain't he one of the top 5 quarterbacks with the least turnovers? I got to put him in there. Now, his numbers aren't off the charts in regards to the other ones in which it was mentioned by CC. Definitely not that. But in the fact of how he's playing the game, how he's continuously winning, continuously find a way to win outside of all the interruptions and things that are going on with AJ Brown, I got to put him at number 4. And number 3, Drake May. You can't deny the stats. Can't deny the stats. 75%, week 13, week 11, and he went 75%. Bruh, CC just spoke about it when we was talking about college football. That's a phenomenal stat. That's a phenomenal stat. It is what it is. He's number 3. Number 2, I gotta go with Jared Goff. I got to go with Jared Goff. You know what? I take that back. My number 2 is not Jared Goff. My number 2 is going to be, again, don't look at the record, look at the play. Number 2 is Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes still has to be on there. This man he's endured adversity, because we all seen how Kansas City started off the season, and we all see how Kansas City is right now. They're clawing their way back in to that AFC South, trying to get back into that game, get back into the runnings. I got to put Patrick up there. And one could go either way, but I'm going to go with Jared Goff. I'm going to take Jared Goff at number 1. Yeah, Jared Goff is just playing lights out football, man. Jared Goff is playing lights out football. Not saying any other 5 aren't, but I got to put Jared Goff in there. Yeah, number 1. See, Trey, what's let's hear it. And you better not say Brock Purdy.
No, Brock Purdy's not in there. He is.
No.
Oh my God. That's okay.
So, for me, starting off, I think it comes out. I'm going with, just like you was talking about, Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott has been able to put up numbers. It helps that he has a duo there in Pickens and Lamb. Although they haven't all been healthy, but now they're coming to the point to where they're healthy and they can go ahead and put that and get it in. At my number 4, it comes out to be Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's the same person. He's putting up numbers, but is it? And then we're talking about the numbers he's putting up with and he doesn't have his top 2 receivers in Godwin and Evans, because they're both injured. So whatever he's doing, but it's going, like I said, it's through 11. The next 7 games without having that, we're gonna see how he's gonna be able to produce. And he's got different. It's coming. Like, he's playing against a division rivalry today with the Carolina Panthers, who haven't been shabby for the most part. And so we're gonna see. But at this point through, I got Mayfield. At 3 comes in May. Remember last year we talked about Jacoby Brissett and him getting the start, in which CC was did not approve of it in any way, form, and fashion. And then here we are. May has been lighting up the league and has the New England Patriots, or Vrabel has the New England, or they have the New England Patriots locked and cocked and rolling along. Currently, 9-2 on the year. That's nothing to sneeze at when we talk
team
about
with 9 wins. Right now.
9 wins already in his second year. My number 2, though, is Sam Darnold. As much as I hate to say this, Sam Darnold, but from what we spoke about earlier, Sam Darnold is in his second year with a second team. And he's sit up and putting up numbers. And let's be honest. He doesn't have what he had in Minnesota. He doesn't have that in Seattle. Now, he has a formidable run game. We can say that in Kenneth or Charbonnet. But he doesn't have a 1-2 punch at receivers like he had with Addison and Jay. They didn't have that. He didn't have that. And Hawkinson. Let's not remove Hawkinson either. But he was able to, so he just continued on. He's taking the helm and he's running with it now. Currently in first place.
They stopped him. They stopped him.
Man, you wonder why losing teams lose. Kick the darn field goal. Kick the darn field goal. Take the 3-point lead, man. What are we doing?
Not to interrupt Trey or what? But Miami did the same thing to Miami. Did the exact same thing to Washington when they went 4-on-4 down. They stopped them. They tried to run the ball. They stopped them too. Same thing. But go ahead, Trey. What you was about to say?
It's because they don't believe in their defenses.
Yeah, facts. But this defensive game, it's a 13-13 game. This ain't no high score. I mean, the defense has actually played well.
That's what I'm
13,
saying. You got to
13
play
games.
situational right now. Your
Yeah.
defense has been great. Kick the
Yeah, they've
field
been
goal.
playing good this game. Yeah, kick the field goal. I would have. I kicked the field goal in my opinion. I would have. Especially with like 1 minute and some change, kick that field goal.
Well, yeah.
But the only thing about that is with these kickers nowadays, they kicking 50 and 60 yarders. So it really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? These kickers are kicking 70-yard field goals. So you might want to try and get a touchdown because it's harder to get a touchdown than it is to get a field goal nowadays. Way harder. Because field goals.
I understand, but I need this dub right now.
I'm with you. But go ahead, Trey. Finish up. My bad, bro.
Of course, the last one is Mr. Slangham himself. Pause. Matt Stafford. I mean, he has all the right tools that he has on right now. Like this is where he's been before. He's looking very, very Super Bowl-ish right now, unfortunately. In which we're going to see how that turns out. But like I said, right now through 11, of course, we probably have this conversation again in another 2 weeks or so as things start to pan out, turn differently. We'll be able to probably institute Brock Purdy if he's doing anything. Burrow if he comes back and he starts to turn the tide of wide open. Come on, bro. Turn the tide or. So we'll see how that goes, but right now that's who it is.
But real quick, why none of us three, none of the three of us, should I say, better way of saying that, why none of the three of us picked Lamar Jackson?
Like I said, through 11, he just came off an injury. He has checked around, but
he has 3 games. What is 3 games under his belt since he's been back, and they've won all 3?
Yeah, but for me. Injuries, like we talking about the body of work this year. I got to go with the ones that's been playing this year. No disrespect to Lamar.
Like what I'm saying, like true enough. Because I can look at it. No disrespect to golf. Like golf is doing his thing.
Sure. Yeah.
But none of us said Josh Allen either. Nobody got Josh Allen. I heard one Patrick Mahomes.
I said Patrick, but yeah, nobody said Josh Allen. That is true. No one said Josh Allen either. No one did say
Josh
that.
Allen.
Josh Allen.
Probably because Josh Allen has dropped 2 games in a row.
To teams they should have lost to. They lost to Miami. Really, Josh? Miami, who's struggling right now, to Washington? Come on, Josh. What is y'all doing, bro?
And what do y'all think
when it's all said and done?
As I sit looking at what do you think about the fact that they took the ball out of Tua's hands in that 4th down and went for a run? Instead,
what do you mean? What do we think about it? We've all been sitting here for the past 11 weeks saying Tua is trash. Don't allow Tua to lose the game for you. Let somebody else lose it for you for once. Let somebody else lose it for you.
Think about it, right? Even though they took it out of Tua's hands, ain't like they gave the ball.
Ooh! Oh, that's it right there. That's the nail in the coffin. That's the nail in the coffin. Y'all ain't seen it yet, but it's coming. Y'all gonna see it.
Ain't like they gave the ball to A-Chain. They gave it to Ollie Gordon.
He been running though. Gordon been running.
But he tougher. Like he a bigger back than A-Chain. A-Chain's just fast.
Yeah, A-Chain is, yeah. Gordon is a big dude.
Yeah. I get what Miami was trying to do, prove that they're a tough team, but
yeah. And they've been running, and you gotta give it to them. And you gotta give it to them. Miami's been running the ball pretty decently on Washington's defense, on their front 4. So I actually thought Miami was gonna make them think they was gonna run the ball and was gonna throw the ball, to be honest, in my personal opinion.
So now I'm gonna be 1-1. I'm gonna start off the day 1-1 because these dudes, wow. See if they'd have kicked that field goal. These dudes playing for a field goal right now. Like take his points, man, because they finna beat you with the same field goal you didn't take on the other end.
But they didn't take the field goal either. See, Washington had a chance to take the field goal too, and they went for it on 4th down.
And they went for it on 4th down.
Yeah, they
came back around to them though. Miami, not gonna get the ball again.
You ain't gonna get that chance again. Yeah. Oh, he almost got sacked. Oh, damn, and he almost threw a pick. Boy, Mariota ain't making. Woo wee. Oh wow, that was close. Wait till y'all see that. Oh man, listen.
Dan Quinn is.
Bro, he almost got sacked and then he almost threw a pick. Oh man.
One coach is playing for his job. The other coach is playing like I can't wait till I get my full squad. Right, so I can show y'all what I can do. Like, hey,
So
You know what I mean?
you think Miami's coach out of here?
Yeah, I think he out. I think he knows he's out. I think that's why he's trying to prove that he want to stay. They already got rid of the GM. You next, bro. Like, like you next on the list. So I think he's trying to show that he can play tough. That's why
Oh,
you've
they
seen
still
so
throwing
many
the
jumbo
ball.
packages.
Why would you
You know,
do that?
you've seen so many
Oh,
jumbo
and he dropped
packages
it.
from them today. Which is
Moore
huge, right?
dropped
The
it.
jumbo packages that you've seen from them, like they've never run like that before. Like he putting in extra tight ends. He cutting back on some of the motion and stuff like that. I think he's trying to prove that he an NFL coach to keep his job, man. Like, hey, McDaniels, I wouldn't be mad if they kept him, but it got to come with some restrictions, man. You got to at least entertain the idea of getting another quarterback, right? If you
Oh,
Miami,
he
right?
fucked up his rotator cuff. Moore fucked up his
Mm,
rotator cuff.
more,
Guaranteed.
yeah,
Watch. He fucked up his
yeah.
rotator cuff.
I
Watch
feel
what I tell
man
you.
down.
Watch what I tell you
I
when he comes
feel,
out. When it's all said and done, he fucked up his rotator cuff. Watch.
but they
Field
taking
goal.
shots.
Oh, did he make it? He missed that bitch. He missed it.
You
He
kidding me?
fucking missed it.
See what I mean, Miami? You would have
He
won by
missed
10
it.
already if you listen to me. Sometimes you just need to
He
listen to me, man. I
fucking
don't know
missed
it
it.
all. I don't know it all, but Miami, you need to. You kidding?
He
He didn't miss.
wide right. That bitch it would look good for me, and that bitch went wide right. He missed that bitch. He sure did.
You gotta be kidding. He damn
That
sure
bitch
missed it
started
too.
curving.
Well,
Bro, that
Trey, what do
what
you?
Moore did. That's what I did that at the playing in Washington. Landed just like that. Oh my goodness, it was so
He tore.
painful.
I guarantee. I bet that's how I tore my rotator cuff playing flag football. I was diving for a flag. My arm was out. I went to go grab a flag, and I landed just like he landed. I bet you his rotator cuff is fucked. I bet you.
Anything can happen. That's why you take that 3 points right there.
Yeah,
We ain't even having this. This game is over.
they're going to OT
They
though
played
now.
for the field goal and lost. I mean, and didn't make it. You should have
Oh,
kicked the
he
field
missed
goal on the
it.
other end.
Waddle has been playing horrible. That's his second drop, bro. That I done seen. I don't know what he did in the first half, but that's his second drop. He wide open, and that was just a straight drop. Oh, it was a little behind him. It was a little behind him. It was a little behind him. I'll give him that. It was a little behind him. It was a little behind him. That's got to be
He
a
ain't got
better
no
throw.
time out.
Tua, you got to throw it in front of him to the sideline. That was a bad throw.
Yeah, that was.
You got to throw it to the sideline. You can't throw that back behind him.
But that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. If now you see why both of these teams are 3-7 right now. Like,
Now you see why I said what I said in that text message. Oh, they going for a Hail Mary? Oh, no. Why would y'all do that? Oh, ain't no time. Oh, I thought, okay. That's on me. I was like, they played to prevent and let them throw underneath. And I was like, oh, but they ain't got no time. Miami didn't have no time out.
ain't no time. It's only 4 seconds. They ain't got no time.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, shit. Why would y'all do that? But okay, I get it.
So
we got overtime for this game.
30 minutes until the game start off. Let's get to our picks, so we have more than enough time to sit up and do any extra and analyzing. So last week, of course, Bishop came back and he was able to become the week 10 winner. He kind of like annihilated CC and myself because I don't know what the hell happened. It was
a bad week, bro. Let's talk about it, bro, real quick. It was a bad week, bro. And I told you I had to make some huge picks on that because it was just a bad. I knew I had to.
Yeah, he went out on the limb. Like he took the Texans.
I did. I said it. I had to.
That game. Jacksonville had that game, and they came back. And so and then like some of the other picks, man. I was like, wow.
And that was the main one y'all was talking about. Not this game. The Texas. That's not the one you should choose on. Both of y'all was like, that ain't the team. The Texas. No, not this game.
Davis Mills. We thinking Trevor Lawrence, man. But wow.
When I seen that comeback, I was like,
sunshine no more. I don't want to hear that sunshine shit no more. That dude is not sunshine. Dark cloud. Dark cloud.
He said dark cloud. I don't want to see that sunshine shit no more. He said dark cloud, bro. Oh my God. That's crazy.
Games.
Week 11 starting off, man. We already I guess everybody picked the Patriots because I said
yes.
I get to see y'all. And then of course the Commanders. I have the Commanders, and these two gentlemen, CC and Trey, got the Dolphins. So at 12 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got Jordan Love and them Packers headed to a revamped New York Giants team in some ways, form, or fashion.
Jameis
Winston.
Jameis, we trust in Jameis. So with this one, this is a crazy game, right? This is a what you call a what is it? What do you call that? What do you call them games when they
trap game?
Trap game. Thank you. This is in my opinion, I think this is a trap game. I really believe that this is a trap game. Jameis is starting. You got Jordan Love going into the Giants. They're playing in New York. So, CC, who you got? Jordan Love, or do you got Jameis Winston and them Giants at home?
I'm gonna take the Packers. Because, like I said on Thursday, it wasn't Jordan Love's fault that they lost that last game. If receivers catch the damn football. If you catch the damn football, you can move the sticks. You can keep the other team off the field. Move the sticks. So I think today they go catch some passes against the Giants.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Packers too, but I'm so hesitant. I am so hesitant to want to go with the Giants. I am. I don't know. Jameis is a very
he can surprise you.
Yeah, and he's very God driven. Like he believes in like he prays before every game. He does a lot, and when you like that's his 12th man. That's what bothers me about this game. That's his 12th man, in my opinion. But I'm going to go with the Packers. Because I do feel like the Packers got more than enough firepower to get the win over the Giants. So I'm taking the Packers. Trey, who you got?
I got Green Bay as well. As much as I would like to go with Jameis, but taking consideration New York can have weapons after Cam Scatterboo left out, although Wendell Robinson is like the number 5 receiver in fantasy points. But as CC pointed out earlier, usually the team that a little more less fortunate tend to have high players with high amounts of points because they tend to get the ball a lot. So that goes to that. But there's not many weapons for the most part, or high octane weapons for the most part for New York with Cam Scatterboo gone and all that, and Jackson Dart not at the helm. So what do we expect Jameis Winston to turn wine into water, like water into wine? I don't think that's going to happen this one, so I'm taking Green Bay as well.
Okay. All right, next game. We have 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We have the Houston Texans, which we just talked about, who had a major upset at home versus them Jacksonville Jaguars. But again, this is somewhat of a toilet bowl because we got the Tennessee Titans. They're going to Tennessee, Nashville at that. They're going to the home of country music, Texas, Tennessee. Trey, who you got?
This is a hard one. Although we've seen what Mills did last week, it's still Mills. So we're saying he was able to pull something out, but it's still David Mills. But
he threw a pick. Y'all won. He just threw a pick. Mariota just threw a pick. Y'all won. It's over.
So with that in mind, I'm taking Houston though, because still Houston has a formidable defense that probably going to give fits to Ward and just continue his downtrodden season for this week. Hopefully he comes back better next year with better weapons. But yeah, I'm taking Houston.
All right. CC, who you going with? Them Texans or you going with them Titans?
And they first matched up, I took the Titans, and I was so wrong. I'm taking the Texans in this one. I got to go with the birthplace this time. Yep. Texans. No other reason other than defense. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm going with Texas too. I heard what Trey said about Mills and all of that, but I'm going with the Texans as well. I got to take Houston going into this game, so it is what it is. Defense. I'm going to rely on the Texans defense to get this dub for me. So let's get it. Third game of the day is the Carolina Panthers. We know what they're doing, and going to them Atlanta Falcons. This right here, another game. A
This
lot
is
like
it's a trap game.
yes, it is. I agree. Totally agree. Michael Penix and
Who's
them.
in the trap?
Yeah, which one is yeah. So this one right here, I'll pick first for this one since so they're playing in Atlanta, man. I gotta go with Michael Penix, and I'm gonna take Atlanta. I'm gonna take the Dirty Birds to get this win at home. And that's only because they playing at home. I don't think C.J. Stroud and them coming out in Atlanta and make a difference out there in that game. So I'm taking Atlanta. Trey, who you got? Panthers, Falcons. Who you rolling with?
I'm gonna take the ATL shawty on this one, but I'm going on record to state I'm picking Atlanta this week. Watch Carolina gets the dub this week. Just like every other time I picked against them. If they do affect them, they lose just like they lost to New Orleans last week. But I'm taking ATL this week to see how they go. Actually, the reason I'm taking ATL is point advantage Bijan Robinson.
That's why I'm going, and that's another reason too. I'm picking Atlanta. Bijan Robinson is CC Panthers, Falcons. Who you got?
I'm going against you guys this time. I'm gonna take the Panthers, and the reason why I'm gonna take the Panthers is the Panthers kicked stay behind last time, 30-0. Atlanta got to prove they can score against this team with Bijan Robinson, with Algiers. They beat them 30-0. So
You're right.
I've said I think if the Panthers come out with that same intensity, and don't forget Rico Dowdle running pretty good. So on the other side of that, the Panthers. So I'm gonna take the Panthers and Rico Dowdle in that one.
Okay. I like that. Our other 12 o'clock game, Central Standard Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we got the Chicago Bears who are coming up. Chicago Bears coming in, doing what they're doing with Caleb Williams. And then we got those Minnesota Vikings, who a lot of people didn't see Minnesota being in the position in which they're in currently. So, with that being said, Bears, Vikings, CC, holla at me.
For the last time, I'm going with the Vikings. I'm taking the Vikings in this one.
For the last time.
Right. They at home. The only advantage to me is that you at home. You should be able to blitz this quarterback, this Caleb Williams, get some pressure on him, which they're gonna have to try to run a couple of trick plays to beat you. But I think defense at home, Vikings, no matter what the quarterback situation, and get Justin Jefferson the darn football, man. Figure out how to put the ball in his hand.
Okay. Trey, who you going with? Vikings, Bears?
So initially, I was really honestly thinking about going with what CC was just saying, going with Minnesota. But just in that same instance, he just said something that just basically made me change my mind. He just said, get Justin Jefferson the ball. For what we've seen, trying to force the ball into these receivers has not been beneficial to those teams trying to feed those receivers. And so I would think that why would this
ball
be
game
different for them? Caleb Williams has been serviceable. He's better than what we would have potentially thought he would have been this second year coming in. They're currently on the cusp of getting back into even being one of those teams to change the fact that there's a new division champion. Not saying that's the case, but they're not too far off. I'm taking Chicago this week.
Man, this is a hard pick, man, to be honest with you, because, man, I just don't. Yeah. This game, I feel like could go either way. Yeah, Miami got the dub. They won with a field goal, so the Dolphins win that game. But I'm going to go with the Vikings, man. I'm going to go with Vikings. They playing at home. Justin Jefferson definitely needs to have a game. I feel like he's been a no-show. They haven't been seeing Justin Jefferson do what he's been doing. He has been considered the number one wide receiver in the league in the past few seasons because of how he's been playing. But however, Minnesota's not putting him on that pedestal and getting him the ball like he needs to be getting the ball. So I'm going to go with Minnesota in that game. Next game, 12 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We have the Los Angeles Chargers versus those Jacksonville Jaguars in sunshine. Only did that to with CT.
Dark cloud.
He said dark cloud. But guess what? I'm going to start off the picks, and I'm going to take the Jaguars.
What?
I'm going to go with the Jaguars. It's gotta be an upset. Remember last week, y'all didn't think that was up.
This is the
I'm
one you
picking.
gonna let go?
Yeah. Really? Last week you said that, and look what happened. Yeah, remember what you said that last week, and that was. I feel like because they fell apart last week, I feel like they coming on with it, and they're playing at home. Duval. I'm going with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trey, Jaguars, Chargers. Who you going with?
The Los Angeles Chargers. Vidal is he wasn't expected. We didn't expect this. They got Harris. They have Hampton. That's who we expected to be their front runners. We didn't expect this third string running back of Vidal to be the problem that he has been. You still have Lab McConkey. You still have Allen Johnson. They have Johnston. I think it's going to be too much, especially with Hunter out currently to give that little oomph. I'm taking the Los Angeles Chargers for this week.
CC, I'm gonna ask you, but I already know because you said dark cloud, so I'm already assuming who you going with. But let's hear it so everybody know.
The Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers. I'm only going to put it this way: Harbaugh versus whoever that other coach is. Harbaugh. For real. Jim Harbaugh.
I got you. That makes sense. I got you. All right. Our next early game, we have at 12 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we have Baker Mayfield. Let him shake and bake. But we're going up against that man they call Josh Allen out in Buffalo. Now, we know the climate, the temperature is way different in Tampa Bay than it is in Buffalo. Totally different, especially this time of year. CC, Bucks, Bills. Who you going with?
Man, I gotta go with the home team in this one. I gotta take the Bills just because they're a lot more healthier than the Buccaneers right now. The Buccaneers, no Irvin, no receivers, no. I don't even think Godwin playing this week. But you ain't got no Evans. All you got is Baker Mayfield and Ibuka. That's not gonna be enough to beat Buffalo in Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bills too in this one. I hate to go against Baker, man, because I know Baker find ways to get wins. He has that intensity. He has that dog in him, and what we like to talk about to our boys and girls on our flag football team. Baker Mayfield has that dog in him, and if he can find a way to get a win, he'll get a win. But like he said, it's just going to be very difficult to get a win in Buffalo in that type of environment without your key players. If he had his key players, then I would definitely pick Tampa Bay. But without his key players, I just can't see Tampa Bay going in Buffalo and getting the win, even though Buffalo had an ugly loss last week. But yeah, I'm going Bills. Trey, who you got?
We're gonna go ahead and keep that party going with the Buffalo Bills, like you stated. Specifically, CC said Baker is kind of like down. He might still have a good game from what that looks like. Maybe not the best in stats. Hence why I'm going and switching, trying to see if I can switch him out in my fantasy because he's starting one of my team. But I think it's not gonna be enough for him to get the dub this week. So I'm taking Buffalo as well.
Okay, and for our last early game, 12 Central Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we talked about this game earlier. The Cincinnati Bengals without Joe Burrow headed out to the Steel Nation and his Pittsburgh Steelers and that bad man in Aaron Rodgers. So, Bengals, Steelers. Trey, who you got?
It's easy. Burrow's not starting yet. We're gonna go ahead and continue to go with A-Rod and his time in that Pittsburgh. It's not the steel curtain anymore, but it's a curtain. We'll just say it's a curtain which obstructs a view for the most part. So we're taking. I'm rocking. Scott is in there. Yeah, Scott, you got the Steel Nation today. I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Yeah, let me go and pick that black and yellow. I'm going with them Steelers too, man. I got to go with the Steelers. Yeah, the Bengals without Joe Burrow, you could tell that's a different Bengal team. CC spoke on it earlier. They're not the team in which we've seen them be in past seasons when Joe Burrow is behind the center. And with Aaron Rodgers and what he's doing out there in the black and yellow, and they being at home, come on, man, it's kind of self-explanatory. So I'm taking the Steelers. CC,
This is
shut up.
tough, but I'm gonna take the Steelers by a slight margin in this one. I mean, the Bengals beat them the last time. Remember, Flacco was fresh off the plane and came through and beat them. So, but the difference to me
Yeah.
this time, the difference to me this time is the Steelers defense at home. I think they get some turnovers on Flacco today.
Okay. Now our first late game, and I got to go back to this gentleman because this is his team. So the first late game at 3:05 p.m. East Central Standard Time, 4:05 Eastern Standard Time. We got them 49ers headed out to Arizona, which ain't far. Ain't far for them at all. But the same type of climate, weather, so it ain't going to be an advantage for either team for the most part. But 49ers, Cardinals, we already know Kyler Murray's out for the season. There is no Kyler Murray. But Brock Purdy's not in for the 49ers either. So both teams are facing each other with backup quarterbacks.
No,
Brock is coming in. I thought he wasn't playing in this game. He is playing in this game?
No, he's playing.
Oh, I thought he had one more week. Okay, I stand corrected. I thought Brock had one more week. I knew he was coming back, but I didn't know it was this game. Okay, all right. Well, then Brock Purdy's at home, so that makes a difference. So let's see. Is Trey going to stick with his team? He should because they play in Arizona, but we'll see. Trey, who you got? 49ers, Cardinals.
In the just like my man Carlos, who's a 49er fan, he plays in one of the fantasy games that in our housing division. His team name is I'm pretty sure we're going to win.
Purdy show, like the net Purdy show.
Yes.
Purdy show.
For Purdy show, we're going to win, and I concur that. I'm pretty sure San Francisco is going to get a W this week. I went against what I should have did and chose. I'm not one for peer pressure really, but I will say that I was pressured by these two guys yesterday, even though I know good and damn well that we wasn't going to beat the Los Angeles Rams. More so than what happened, but I let intrusive thoughts enter my mind, and I did. But this week, without a doubt, wholeheartedly, I'm taking San Francisco without a doubt. We get the.
You should. That's your squad. You don't never supposed to bet against your squad. CC. Say who you got? Cardinals or 49ers?
I still want to take the Cardinals in this one, but the reason why I'm not is Jacoby Brissett doesn't have receivers this week. No Marvin Harrison Jr. I heard he had another receiver down, and we know they running backs are out. I think the Cardinals are still going to play decent defense because it's a rivalry game.
Right.
But I'm going to take the 49ers. Yeah, I'm going to take the 49ers by 3 points.
Okay. Yeah. No Kyler Murray. Like he said, like CC said, Jacoby Brissett, he's down. Marvin Harrison Jr. is not playing. Because I had him in my fantasy, so I knew he wasn't playing. So it's kind of hard to go with the Cardinals, even though they playing at home. And Brock Purdy is back. This is a game and definitely that needs to be seen because everybody, I'm sure a lot of, especially 49er fans, want to see what Brock Purdy has since he's coming off an injury or a turf toe, stuff like that. So, but I'm going to go with 49ers, man, because I've believed in Brock Purdy back when Trey Lance was in for San Francisco. I was a Brock Purdy fan then, and when I initially said Brock Purdy should have been the starter. So I'm going to go with Brock Purdy and the 49ers and to get this dub on the road versus the Arizona Cardinals. Next, this is a good one. The second late game. It's 3:05 Central Standard Time, 4:05 Eastern Standard Time. We talked about these two teams. And actually, I think one of us or two of us had the two quarterbacks in their top 5 quarterbacks of the league right now. And that's the Seattle Seahawks versus them LA Rams on the road. Seattle's headed to LA versus them Rams. CC, Seattle, that blue and green used to have that thing they used to call the Legion of Boom. Now Legion of Boom, no longer Legion of Boom, but guess what? They bringing that ruckus. They bringing that
Yeah,
ruckus
these
and they going
McDonald's,
to LA. They going to LA.
these McDonald's kids nah. These ain't Pete Carroll's kids no more. These McDonald's kids nah, baby. For, for real. Whew. Give me Seattle. I'm gonna take Seattle in that one.
Ooh, on the road.
Smith and Jigma gonna show Puka Nakua, hey, this is why I'm here. I'm next up. I think yeah.
Oh,
And that defense and the two running backs to me, I'm Kenneth Walker, that's my dude running the rock, underrated running back in my opinion. So I'm taking yeah, Seattle.
all right, Trey. Who you rolling with? The Seahawks or them Rams? LA. Are you staying home? Staying in Cali? You repping Cali still? Or you gonna go with them Seahawks?
So why the whole time I was stationed at JBLM, right? I worked for an organization called Staff Pro to where I was able to go work at the Seahawks games. And I was able to catch a couple of 49ers games in both working there and going to sit there. Um, and what I realized during that time frame there is I couldn't stand the Seahawks. The hearing of another
12th man.
Seahawks, and you know what I'm saying, like the lead up, and like sometimes I have to work their player square where the players come in, where they all the festivities and stuff is going on with the music, and there's blue and green all over the place. And then, of course, you know the Seattle Mariners have similar type colors, and so there was times in which the Seattle Mariners had a game going on. So it's just all this stuff going on, right? And then having to see the players come in, and it was a few times I worked in the garage, and where I see the players come in and do their walk into the stadium and into the locker room, and the whole time I'm just sitting up and thinking like I can't stand these guys. And all those times that's when Colin Kaepernick was the quarterback. And that all that time in which I worked there, it was in Seattle. The 49ers never won a game in Seattle during that time frame. I'm taking the Rams. Let's go Rams. Taking the Rams.
Okay. I feel like like I said, we talked about this game or these teams earlier throughout the show. And we know where Seattle sits atop of their division, where they sit in the division. They up there. You know what I'm saying? They're a team to be a force to reckon with. And them going on the road to LA in Jared Goff, I gotta go with the Rams, man. I'm going with the Rams. I gotta go. They not black and yellow, but they blue and yellow. And I'm going with that. I'm going with that Rams team to get that dub at home. If they was playing at the 12th man stadium, I probably would have went with the Seahawks. But to go on the road, I gotta go with the Rams. So that's where you have it. With that being said, the next late game, this one's at 3:25 p.m. Central Standard Time, 4:25 Eastern Standard Time. This is a big one. This is a big one, gentlemen. I had this man in my top 5 quarterbacks. Y'all did not. And they call that man Patrick Mahomes. Kansas City Chiefs going down to Mile High Stadium and Bo Nix and them Denver Broncos. We just talked about that division. We spoke highly about that division. These two teams right here, this is a big game for both of them. This is a big game for both of them because this is going to determine something in regards to seeding and everything on where they sit after this game. So, I'm going to pick first. I'm going to pick the Kansas City Chiefs to go to Denver and get a dub on the road. I'm picking Patrick. I pick Patrick. I'm picking the Chiefs because of Patrick, because I know what he's capable of doing. Like I said, this man is trending high. He's trending upward. He's no longer trending downward. At the beginning of the season, they were trending downward. He's trending upward now. He's trending upward, and I think that with that trajectory, Kansas City is on the road of trying to make a run. Right now, I think Kansas City trying to make a run, man. They're trying to show y'all why they was in the Super Bowl last season, past 2 seasons. I think that's why they're trying to tell you what their whole Andy Reid and them are trying to show you. I get it. Sean Payton out there in Denver, Bo Nix, young stud out there trying to do big things in Denver. But I don't think they got enough for Patrick Mahomes and what they're about to bring to that table. So I'm taking Kansas City. Trey, who you rolling with? Kansas City or them Denver Broncos?
So we know defense win ball games, and Denver has a pretty potent defense. But of course, there's as we know it, the Patrick Mahomes effect, because he's a very great in my opinion, his career has been built off of a lot of improv, which has basically gave him the
success in which he's had.
Success, and gave him the edge over a lot of teams because his improvisation is like top tier, bar none, right? So, but it hasn't been on that much. Like there's a step in Travis Hunter. Isaiah Pacheco isn't around, but he has a running back by the name of Kareem Hunt that is pretty effective. He has Rasheed Rice. He has
Hollywood Brown,
Worthy Brown, Juju. So he has formidable players. But defense is still dominant. So it really makes you think about it. So although defense is dominant as king, I'm thinking Mahomes can get a little bit of the edge. Against my better judgment, I'm taking Kansas City.
Okay. CC, Kansas City Chiefs or them Denver Broncos? You spoke highly about it earlier. Where are you going with this one?
This is a get right game for Kansas City. You lose this one, your playoff hopes are quickly diminishing. So I'm going with Kansas City with the back up against the wall, and that they're going to 3 Super Bowl hangover should be over now. You got to put that behind you and focus on the task at hand. So 6-4 looks better than 5-5. I'm telling you right now. So give me Kansas City.
All right, we 3 agree, y'all. We 3 agree. Our last early late game. Understand what I'm saying? Early late game, because there's a late game. Our last early late game is the 3:25 Central Standard Time, 4:25 Eastern Standard Time. We got that man Lamar Jackson and them Baltimore Ravens headed out to the Cleveland Browns. Going out to Cleveland to see if they can get another dub. We just talked about the Ravens, how Lamar has been since he's come off that injury. We know Lamar Jackson, again, another AFC team who's trying to come back, get back into the fold of things, trying to get their team back into playoff picture. CC, Lamar or the Cleveland Browns, who you going with?
I'm going with the Ravens to stay 1 game behind the Steelers with a win today. A game behind the Steelers. So I'm taking the Ravens. No questions. Who the Browns got?
They got something over there. It's not enough, though.
It ain't enough either. It's too easy for me. I'm picking the Ravens too. Lamar. I think Lamar's gonna have a field day with Cleveland today. Their defense ain't shabby. The defense is not like it's that they're not a non-factor type defense, but I just don't think they got enough to stop Lamar Jackson. So I'm taking the Ravens as well. Trey, who you rocking with?
It's a clean sweep. Baltimore gets the trifecta after me. It's just like I said, Cleveland is. I don't know if they have enough, and saying they Harbaugh. Although we know that Stefanski has been is a 2-time coach of the year, and has put himself in position. But I mean, that's something. It's not enough this year. He may better next year with dealing with a couple of more repetitions under his belt. Probably a good off season where they've added some weaponry and they can come back.
Okay, so once again, we 3 agree. And the last game for today, big game. And it's the Super Bowl champions, my Philadelphia beloved Eagles, playing in Lincoln Financial. Y'all don't even need me to say anymore. But we have a formidable foe in the Detroit Lions. But I'm going with my Philadelphia Eagles. My last name ain't Amir. And first name definitely ain't Dre. So I'm definitely gonna pick my motherfucking team, dog. I'm gonna pick my Eagles. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna pick my Eagles. And I'm gonna pick the Eagles to get a win. It's gonna be a good one, though. It's gonna be a good one. It's because this is the NFC, bro. And we know what the NFC is doing over there. This is gonna be a good one. But Detroit is traveling to Lincoln Financial. Give me the Eagles. Trey, who you going with?
I think initially I was on the tip in which you was on to go with the Detroit Lions. However, I think the influx of A.J. Brown is going to come to a boiling point, and I think Campbell and company are going to play on that and make it environmental, even in Lincoln Financial, to where it's going to be a problematic situation for the Eagles. I'm taking Detroit today. I was could be, but I'm leaving.
All right, CC, who you rolling with?
Sign me up. Sign me up for the Lions. And this is the only reason I think the Eagles have been a good team. I'm taking the Lions for one reason and one reason only. The Eagles haven't played a team that can put up 500 and some yards on you like this team can. Like, so I want to see what the Eagles got. Let's see if you really got problems or if it's just all smoke and mirrors, baby. We gonna see tonight though. Jared Goff
Y'all
and the
really,
boys. Woo!
y'all really don't believe in
Jamaica
that Eagles
Gibbs.
defense, huh? Y'all don't believe in that Eagles
Jamaica
defense,
Gibbs
huh?
gonna run it up. We gonna
Y'all
see
don't
But
believe.
tonight.
Y'all don't believe in
I
that
500.
think
Eagles
it's
defense.
not gonna
Okay.
believe in the defense. I think you
Okay.
just believe in the aspect of that offense better. Like we honor Ross St. Brown. Laporte, what's the benefit of Joe?
Laporta
Laporta's
not
out.
playing.
He's out.
He's out.
So you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying. So that's unfortunate. But Amon St. Brown, we already know. Of course, we know him. He's going to get his for the most part. But then you add like Williamson is starting to become a problem, and you already know you have Jahmyr Gibbs, who is more problematic than David Montgomery. However, David Montgomery could get off. It's just one of those games in which David Montgomery get off. I think this is one of those games to where he's going to sit up in that thumping. That thumping is what's going to be. That's going to be more so prevalent as opposed to the ability for Gibbs to scat back. So I just think it's just a little too much for them. And that's what's going to be the difference.
I love it. I love it when y'all vote against my boys, man. Let's go. I love it. But we playing at home in Lincoln Financial. They gotta come and they gotta bring it. They gotta come. They gotta come to Lincoln and see us, and that's what they're about to do tonight. So there you have it. Oh, we got one more game. I'm sorry. Tomorrow night's game. Monday night game. On Monday Night Football, we have the star, and we're not just talking about the star that's on CC head. I had that star. No, not just me. Myself and Trey had that star as one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL currently, in Dak Prescott. So the Dallas Cowboys are on the road, though. They're headed out to Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. So, but we know the Raiders ain't hitting on nothing. Not nothing. But I'm going to go ahead and pass it on over to CC. This is the team. Let him go first. Cowboys, Raiders. Who you going on with, CC? Yeah, I figured that.
Going with the Cowboys. Look, even if Gino have a great day, which every quarterback has had a great day against us, I'm just wondering which receiver we're not gonna be able to shut down today. But tomorrow night. But that's not gonna matter. Javonte Williams, get a ball to Javonte Williams and let him run home. Let him run you home this
game. Okay. Trey, that star or that formerly known as Oakland, who are now Viva Las Vegas Raiders, who you rolling with?
We're definitely going to be taking Dallas. I mean, Las Vegas just hasn't had it. They don't have it with the loss of Jacoby Myers. Yes, they have Bowers, who's probably going to gash the Cowboys defense, but that's a tight end, and we don't have too many games in which a tight end is. Had they had Jacoby and the possibility of Bowers and looking at the defense, and then Genty, then I might have been open to potentially taking the Las Vegas Raiders. But let's be honest, they don't have anything. Trey Tucker is about as good as it get for them as at wide receiver. So it's going to be rough on Bowers, which is probably going to allow them to bracket him and keep him under wraps. I don't foresee it ending too well for Gino and company. So I'm taking the Cowboys.
All right, man. I hate to say this, but we three agree, bro. It's just I think this game right here is finna be a CD Lamb sighting. I think CD Lamb is finna show out in Vegas. He going to Vegas. He's finna be in the big lights in the new stadium out there in Vegas. I think CD Lamb is gonna have a great game. Whoever has, y'all heard it here first. Whoever has CD Lamb in their fantasy, he's finna put up some numbers for y'all tomorrow. Watch what I tell you. I said it. Y'all heard it here first. And there y'all have it. With me picking the Cowboys to win over the Raiders as well. That's our That's our pick for week 11, man. Here it is. It's in the books. And we're now. Oh no, games have started. It's 10 minutes into the games, and they have officially started. So It's on and popping. It's on and
JJ
popping.
McCarthy is. Hey, I think he'll winner. I still think he'll winner. I stand by that, but he got some work to do, mechanic wise, and throwing this football. I mean, you can't keep missing wide open dudes like that. Like that would be frustrating. They got wide open, and he just can't put the ball on the money. He just cannot put the ball on the money.
Yeah, that's saying a lot,
He's
bro.
flying wide open.
Yeah, that's saying a lot. That's saying a
Well,
lot.
again, in case that's the picks, as Bishop was saying, I know I gotta get out here because I gotta get ready to go clock in again. Spurs, Sacramento game. I gotta sit up and get some cover some information. So that's where I got to get to. I know it's a lot going on downtown San Antonio today, so I'm hoping it doesn't take me a full 2 hours to get there to be there.
Who San Antonio played? Who's playing? The Spurs playing today?
They play Memphis. Sacramento.
Oh, the Kings. Okay.
Yeah, Sacramento. Oh, New York just scored. Devin Singletary.
I told you. I knew. It's still early, but I told you I felt some type of way.
You know what?
I felt some type of way.
I might do some research and see, but we should look at going to get a suite at one of the games and sit up and chill it up in one of their suites. We got to find out what it costs.
Who for the Spurs?
Yeah,
I'm with it. Let me know.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
I'll tap in with them. It's just got to be the right game, or maybe any game. Because for the most part, any game.
Yeah, I'm with it. Any game, I'm cool with it. Let me know.
I don't have to text you, CC. I was asked a question. I got to find out. So I either text you or call you after I get dressed and stuff on my way to the game. So y'all know where to find us every week. Thursdays and Thursdays and Sundays. So we'll be back again on
Touchdown
Thursday.
Steelers, Kenneth Gainwell.
I looked at picking them up on fantasy. Be able to find y'all. Y'all know where to find us every week. Like I said, Thursdays and Fridays. Thursdays at 1800 Central Standard Time. Thursdays at 1800 Standard Time. Sundays 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. We might do something in between here in which we talk about the football, college football, college basketball, and NFL. And then we might sprinkle in depending on what's going on, because I'm really feeling my Lakers this year, but it might be a little presumptuous, but I'm really feeling the Lakers this year.
I bet you are. I bet you are, sir.
Yeah.
I bet you
I
are.
can get down with that. So of course more to be talked about, because we definitely got, like I said, NBA. It's some shows that's out there, so there's some other stuff to be talked about. So we might pull up and do a special show just in case, music and stuff like that. Like, we're more than just sports, without a doubt. Especially when it comes to entertainment. So we have plenty to discuss. Still, have y'all watched the AI doc yet? Or
no, I haven't. I haven't. That's what I don't never have that time to be able to watch shit because of the games with the girls and the boys and stuff. So but now we on a little break. I'll probably get a chance to watch it now for sure.
Got that. I know tomorrow on Good Morning America, they're going to have a conversation in reference to the betting in college football. So there's a lot going on, and that's something we haven't touched in yet on the whole the betting aspect. So we're going to definitely probably have a special show to get some other stuff in entertainment.
Get rid of prop bets. Get rid of prop bets, and you don't have this problem. That's just my opinion. Get rid of the prop bets, and you don't have this problem. Straight up bets across the board, you can't do this. You can't do what they're doing if you don't get rid of the prop bets.
Yeah, baseball, the pitch count. So yeah, it's a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So definitely, probably, and maybe we discuss a little bit come next week. So I see what we could fit in, so we can get it done. But until then, y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Be sure to tap in with us, hit us up. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have an idea, if you have an idea for some content, hit us and let us know. We'll look at it. Then we can be like, okay, yeah, and we'll work that in. So always, y'all make sure y'all have a good day. Enjoy your Sundays. I hope y'all teams win. Unless you're an Arizona fan, Arizona Cardinal fan, then I ain't got nothing for you, man. We out of here.
Holla back. Peace.